Hi and welcome to my Pilates class. My name is Susanna. I'm trained in Pilates, yoga and meditation. This class is a general class, so we work the whole body while we are strengthening our core. This is a class for all levels. However, if you have any injuries, or if you're pregnant, or if you have any concerns, please consult your medical advisor just to see or make sure that Pilates is the right thing for you. Today we are using either a ball, it could be Pilates ball, or this is actually just a normal ball with a little bit air let out of it, so it's soft, or you can use a balloon. I would use the balloon if it wouldn't make too much noise. So I'm a little bit concerned about these type of noises during the video. So I stick with my ball here, but you can use your balloon. Now before we start, just to explain to you how I say core connection. So sometimes I say core connection, but quite often I say belly button in and up. So what that means is, in Pilates we breathe out, we flatten the lower part of our abdomen. So we breathe out, we pull the belly button a little bit in towards the spine and a little bit up towards the rib cage. So the in part is the lower deep abdominal muscles being engaged, and the up part is the pelvic floor being engaged. So when we do that, it's a little bit, feels like a little bit harder to breathe, but we still breathe. We breathe more into the rib cage, keeping this area connected. Let's start. So grab your ball or your balloon. We sit nice and upright, so legs crossed, and sit on your sitting bones. We do a bit of a side bend here, so breathe in and just bend. And then we just swap arms. We bring the ball behind our back to the other arm and we stretch sideways. And we change. And we stretch. And we change. And we stretch. Good. One more time each side. Then to twist the spine a little bit, we bring the ball or the balloon to the front, both hands on the outside of the balloon, shoulders back and down. We breathe in through the nose, and then as we breathe out, we twist. Gentle twist to start with. Breathe in and sigh out. Breathe in and sigh out. Breathe in and sigh out. One more each side. Excellent. Let's sit lengthwise on our mat for our first exercise. Have your knees a little bit bent. Sit on your sitting bones, nice and upright. Bring your arms to the front. Your shoulders are staying back and down. And you just have your elbows a bit bent, so as if you would hug a ball, a big ball, or a tree. We breathe in to prepare, we breathe out, we pull the belly button in and up, we tilt the pelvis and we roll halfway down. And then we breathe in and we come up. Let's do it again. We breathe out, belly button in, and halfway down, bring the ball close to your chest and we give it a big squeeze. And we come up and we push the arms forward, elbows still a little bit bent. Breathe out, belly button in and up, half roll down, squeeze. Breathe in and come up. Breathe out again, belly button in and up, and squeeze. And breathe in and come up. Good. Let's do it again. Breathe out, belly button in and up, Now squeeze 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And now come up. Breathe out again, belly button in and up. And halfway down. 1, 2, 3. And breathe in and come up. Breathe out again, belly button in and up. Halfway down, or 3/4. 1, 2, 3. And come up. Let's do 4 more. Breathe out, belly button in and up. Squeeze. 1, 2, 3. And come up. 3 more. Breathe out, belly button in and up. Roll down. Squeeze. 1, 2, 3. Breathe in and come up. And 2 more. Breathe out, belly button in and up. Lower down. And 1, 2, 3. Breathe in and come up. And your last one. Rolling down. Staying here for 3 squeezes. 1, 2, 3. Breathe in and come up. Let's just stretch. Hinge forward in the hips. Bring your ball onto your ankles. Hands on top and fold forward. Just relaxing in that position. Letting the head hang. Letting the elbows hang. Arms relaxed. And just breathing. As we come up, we roll all the way down. So we might have to wiggle a little bit forward here. So we have enough space on the mat. We breathe in, we breathe out. Now we go all the way. Nice and slow. Excellent. Stretching the arms over the head. And then bringing the feet onto the mat. So we have a 90-degree angle in the knees. We breathe in, we prepare, we breathe out, we pull the belly button in and up, we bring the arms forward, we peel off the mat with the head and shoulders and maybe touch the knees or the thighs and we roll back down again. Arms over the head. Breathe in as you breathe out, belly button in and up and coming up. As we breathe in, we roll back down. And as we breathe out, we core connect. And we come up. And as we breathe in, we lower down, stretching over the head. Breathe out, lifting up. Good, touching the knees or the thighs and breathe in and stretch over. And breathe out, belly button in and up and lift. And breathe in and lower. And 2 more times. Breathe out. Coming up and breathe in, lower down, and 1 more time, breathe out, coming up and breathe in, lower down. If I said it's the last time, let's take this the last time. We come up, we actually bring the ball between the knees and then we roll down. Good, just stretching the upper body long. Chin a little bit tucked in to lengthen the neck. And then bringing the arms forward and the feet a little bit further in. So close to the buttocks with the heels, so heels underneath the knees. So you either have your balloon here or the ball. So the ball and the balloon help us to keep the knees together when we do our bridging. We breathe in, we breathe out, we pull that belly button in and up. We tilt the pelvis and we roll up into our bridge, making sure we're not overextending the back there. And we roll back down. Good, we are back in neutral when it comes to the spine. Lower back slightly off the mat. Breathe in again, breathe out, pull that belly button in and up. Tilt that pelvis and roll off the mat into your bridge and roll back down. Good, and again breathe out, belly button in and up, tilt your pelvis and roll up into your bridge and roll down. Good, let's do it again. Breathe out, belly button in and up, tilt and roll up, this time floating the arms back as you roll down. Good, as you roll up, float the arms forward. As you roll down, float the arms back. Imagine you pushing some water or foam forward with your arms. Imagine some resistance and you push back with your arms. Good, and again, rolling up as you push that water forward and roll down as you push that water back. And one more time, coming up and coming down. Well done. Let's roll up one more time, feet a little bit forward. So it's an ab curl just to get our ball back. So breathe in. As you breathe out, bring your arms forward, lift up and get your ball and roll back down. And let's straighten the legs and we see if we can roll all the way up from here. So breathe in, breathe out, belly button in and up, bring your arms forward, lift the head, the shoulders and roll up into a seated position. Rolling a little bit forward here. So holding that ball again like we did before on each side here, giving it a little bit of pressure or your balloon. We roll halfway down and we twist. So starting with that straight spine, breathe in. So you breathe out, belly button in and up and roll halfway down. Now we squeeze the ball and we twist. We breathe in, we come forward and up. Breathe out, belly button in and up, come down, bring the ball to the chest, squeeze and turn to the other side, back, facing the front and come up. Breathe out again, belly button in and up, bring the ball to the chest and twist, back to the front and come up. Breathe out again, belly button in and up and to the chest and twist and back. And breathe in and come up. Let's do 4 more. Breathe out. Belly button in and up. Roll down and change or turn. Come to the middle and come up. 3 more. Breathe out. Belly button in and up. Come down here and turn. Back to the front and come back up. Another 2. Breathe out. Belly button in and up. Halfway down and turn. Back to the front and forward. Breathe out again, belly button in and up, down, and turn, and come to the front, come upright, again hinge forward in your hips first. Place the ball onto your ankles, hands on top, and fold forward. Again, just letting that head hang, giving the neck a break, and just breathing freely into the back, into the tummy, just breathing. Good, we come up, we roll again all the way down, so breathe in, breathe out, belly button in and up, and just roll all the way down. Going into that full body stretch for a moment, chin a little bit forward so the neck feels long. Good, and then bringing the feet again onto the mat, 90-degree angle in your knees. Bring the arms forward. Let's have the elbows down, holding that ball. Breathe in. As you breathe out, belly button in and up, we tilt that pelvis as we come up and we reach past or towards or on the side of our left knee. Then breathe in, come back, elbows down. Breathe out, push that ball forward, lift and bring it to the side of the right knee. Then breathe in and come back. Breathe out again and reach. And breathe in and come back. Breathe out, core connect, lift and reach. And breathe in and come back. Breathe out, core connect, lift and reach. And breathe in and come back. And breathe out again, lift and reach. And breathe in and come back. 2 more each side. Breathe out, core connect, lift and reach, and breathe in and come back. 3 more. Breathe out, core connect. Lift and reach. Breathe in and come back. And breathe out again. Belly button in and up. And lift and reach. And come back. And this will be our last one. Breathe out, core connect. Lift and reach. And come back. And stretch the arms over. Stretch the legs long, full body stretch. And just really breathing into that tummy, let the back arch a bit. Then bringing the feet back onto the mat. One more ab curl to bring that ball between our knees, like before. So breathe in, breathe out. One ab curl and rolling back down. Arms are resting on the side. Feet come further in, again close to the buttocks, heels roughly underneath the knees. Bit more breathing here, so this time we come up, we stay and we squeeze that ball or balloon 10 times and we roll back down. Ready and go, so breathe in, breathe out, belly button in and up, tilt that pelvis, slowly roll up into your bridge. Stay here and squeeze for 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and roll back down. Good. We start again. Breathe out. Pull that belly button in and up. Tilt that pelvis. Roll up into your bridge. Remember, not too high. And squeeze. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and roll back down. Good. Last time, breathe out, belly button in and up, tilt that pelvis, and roll back up. And squeeze. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and roll back down. Hug the knees in. You can keep the ball or balloon between your knees if you like. Hug the knees in so they're really close to your chest. A bit of a stretch of the lower back. Good, and then take your ball and bring the feet down. Lengthen your legs. Bring your arms over the head. Breathe in. We try that full roll up again with lifting the head, the shoulders, and coming up to seated position. And if it doesn't work, come up any other way. That's fine. Right, we are lying on our side. So let's have the ball between the feet or the balloon between the feet. When we are on our side, we're really in one long line. We can have this hand in front to give us a little bit of stability. Now our hips are stacked, our shoulders are stacked, so which means right above each other. We want to leave a little gap between the waist and the mat because we want a straight spine. So try and not push the waist down into the mat if you can. So we breathe in, we breathe out, we core connect, belly button in and up, and we just lift both legs and we lower. We lift and we lower. So let's stay core connected here. Just breathing, still breathing the side of the rib cage, and just lifting and lowering these legs. If you find it too hard, if this is a little bit too much, take the ball away, maybe have it in front, your hand in front, and just lift the top leg up and down. Yeah, this is your alternative for this exercise. I bring the ball back between my feet and lift both and lower. Good. So we're working the side of the waist here, but also the a little bit the inner thighs as well and the abductors of the leg on top. So let's do just 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Bring your knees in just to grab the ball and bend your knees, have a bit of a rest. Now the second exercise is especially for the adductors, the inner thighs of the lower leg. So what we do is we use a ball or the balloon to rest the top leg, so knee resting on the ball. The other leg, the lower one, is straight. So let's breathe in again, breathe out, core connect, keep the waist slightly off the mat, and we lift that lower leg. Yeah, make sure the front foot is not in the way here. So lifting as high as you can, lower down, lift, lower down, lift, lower down, lift, lower down. If you can, just touching lightly down with that leg before you lift it again, instead of just flopping it down. Good. 4 more. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Excellent work. Pushing up to seated position. Okay, let's just do a mermaid stretch here before we do the other side. So just holding on to the top ankle here. One leg is in front, one is more on the side. Breathe in, stretch up. Breathe out, stretch over. And doing the other side, just coming on to that front knee and just stretching that way. Good. Let's just swing our legs over for the other side. Remember, you have 2 options here. So either the ball between your feet and lifting both legs, or the ball in the front here and just lifting one leg. Good. So here we are, ready to go in one long line, hips stacked, shoulders stacked. We breathe out, belly button in and up, and we just lift and lower, lift and lower. Good. And you will notice when you lift both legs up, it's a little bit wobbly, so you are balancing just on your side. Again, we are working the side of legs, a little bit the inner thighs, the abductors of the leg on the top. And just slightly touching down and lifting again for 4 more. And here we go, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Bending both knees so we can grab that ball and just have a bit of a rest. Next, just resting the top knee on the ball, lengthening the lower leg, and we work the inner thigh. So breathe in, breathe out, belly button in and up, and just lift and lower, lift and lower, lift and lower. Again, just slightly touching down before you lift again. Working these inner thighs, so come as high as possible with that leg. Excellent. And we do 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Pushing up to a seated position. Again, we do that mermaid stretch. So one leg in front, one on the side. Hold on to that top ankle there. Breathe in as you lengthen and breathe out as you stretch. Other side, so hand coming down. We come onto that knee here. We stretch over for the opposite stretch. And you don't have to come quite as high as I do, that's fine. and coming back down. Good. So now we are working the inner thighs. Let's stretch them a little bit. So feet together, hold on to your ankles, and first of all breathe in and sit upright. So pull yourself upright. That might be enough for a stretch. If not, maybe hold the front of the feet and pull the knees down, or push the knees down. Good. Let's move on, and we will go on all fours, working the legs. We come onto all fours, and if possible, get this ball or the balloon between your lower and upper thigh. Hands are underneath the shoulders, knees roughly underneath the hips. So that our back is in neutral, has a little dip in the lower back. We breathe out, belly button in and up, and we just lift and lower this leg. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Good. So working the glutes and the hamstrings. Again, we have to be careful that we don't work too much into the lower back, same as if we do bridging. So we keep the lower back nice and long, we keep the belly button pulled in and up. So we should just feel it in the glute here. And 4 more, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Take the ball and we bring it between the lower and upper leg of the other leg. For me that's the right one, for you it might be the left one. Also make sure our elbows are nice and soft here. Prepare, breathe in as you breathe out, belly button in and up, and we lift and lower, lift and lower. Also careful that the hips stay at the same height. Nothing moves with that upper body. Everything there stays still. It's just the leg moving. Good. Working again, hamstrings and glutes. And we do again 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. We take that knee down. Let's bring the ball to the front. We sit back into child's pose. If your shoulders allow it, have your hands on the ball for a bit more of an intense stretch and rest your forehead. If that is not comfortable, bring your hands off the ball, bend the elbows and rest them on the side. Lifting the head up, we go into side stretch here. So we can be a little bit higher for that side stretch, which might be more comfortable for your shoulders. But what we do is we bring the hands slightly over to the right, knees are together, and we push the hips out to the left for a side stretch on the left side. And we just breathe deeply into the ribcage on the left side. And we bring our hips back, we bring the hands back to the middle, then hands over to the left, hips to the right, and breathing into the right side of the ribcage. Then coming back with the hands on to the mat, so ending up again on all fours. We go in cat and cow stretch. So we breathe out, we pull the belly button in and up, and we round that back. And we breathe in and we lift the head and the tailbone. And 2 more times, round that back, pull the tummy in. And breathe in and lift the head and tailbone. And 1 more time, round that back. And breathe in, lift the head and tailbone. Come back to neutral, tuck your toes under. Make sure your hands are really just underneath the shoulders. You push through the hands and lift the knees first. Keeping the knees bent, we push back into downward facing dog. We walk that dog, so lowering one heel then the other to stretch the back of the legs. Then we push just the right heel down, have the left knee bent. Hold this position for just a little bit for a good stretch. And now change. Push the left heel down, bend the right knee. Good, then bending both knees, we bring the weight forward and we lower down again onto our knees. And we sit back in position with our legs crossed. Let's do a bit of a circle with the upper body, so just circling the upper body around. Letting the head just come with the body to loosen everything up and go the other way. Excellent. Thank you very much for joining my class today, and I will see you next time.